Hey everyone, welcome back to the Charlie Hewit Experience. As usual, I'm your host, Charlie Hewit, and today's guest of the show we have Brian Quee. Welcome to the show, Brian.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. Um, Nothing really special going on this week except for the play. Well,
Yeah.
actually, the play was last week. How'd that go for you?
It was a really cool experience, and I think it wasn't like the fall play that the tickets were gone like by like 2 days or something, but
Hmm.
like still a lot of people came out and supported us, which was great.
That's
And
cool.
yeah.
In what part of the play were you in? Like, were you backstage? Were you like singing and stuff?
I didn't really do anything to be
No.
honest. I'm just part of the ensemble. It's my like
Okay,
first winter play. Kind of
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Glad you liked it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, did you also do the fall musical as well?
Yeah, I did Beauty and Beast. Same thing. In the
Okay,
ensemble, didn't really do much, but it was just really fun, just meeting new friends and all that.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so, kind of switching the gears right now, you're kind of known around the school as the big photography guy, like the photography guy. And so, on the Charlie Hood Experience, I want you to tell us to what lengths have you gone to take a photo. So I'm just curious, where have you gone for the sole purpose of photography? Like not for like visits or anything, but like just to get like some good photos.
Like, what locations have I been
Hmm.
to? Just like get a good shot of
Yeah.
stuff. I'll say this: I once trespassed like a building that I'm not supposed to be. I went. It was like a 50th floor, and I think it was a private building. You need passes, but me and my friends just sort of like follow a couple guys because when they went in the elevator, you need like swipe passes to go up
Oh,
the top
okay.
floor,
Right.
and we didn't have the identification for that, and then we just sort of followed them to like the 48th floor, I think, and then we just walk up the stairs through the emergency exit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of yeah, that might be my like best like or worst experience taking
Okay.
photo. Yeah.
And and you weren't caught.
No, no, no.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Where else did you travel? Like, not necessarily just for photos, but like, where have you gone to take photos? Like, I know you're from China, so
Uh-huh.
in China, have you gone anywhere specifically to get some good photos? Because I know they have a very old like civilization there, so it's pretty. It must be pretty cool to get some of that architectural stuff.
Yeah, see, I was born and raised in China like for the
Hmm.
first 12 years, and then I didn't really start photography since I got here. So I didn't really had the chance to like take pictures when I mean, I'll go back every summer and I take pictures obviously, but it's really hard. I didn't really take advantage of the opportunity early in my
Okay.
life. Yeah.
Um, and I know this is a really hard question to ask, but what is your favorite photo you've ever taken?
Ah, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I don't really have a favorite one because it's very hard for me to say. Obviously, I like all my pictures if I put them out there, right? But looking back at some picture I used to like the pictures I liked before, obviously it's very cringy now. Looking back at
Yeah.
it, like you feel it's like, but I don't know. Like something I've been working on is try to make my photos look timeless. So
Hmm.
like maybe the photo I hope like the photos I take right now, like in 5 or 10 years, I look back at them, they're still like good.
Hmm.
And then yeah,
And so I know you make a lot of edits for people who play sports here. How long does that like editing process take? Because it seems like you pump out so many of those photos. It
yeah,
doesn't seem like it takes a long time, but how long does it take?
the pictures.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah, it takes me a while. That's why Chris Bernstein and
Yep.
other school photographers, they do that too, but they don't edit them. But cause like I edit my pictures because I want to put out my best work,
Hmm.
and so like that kind of builds up my reputation, and
Right.
people comes to me. It definitely takes a while. That's why I've been getting texts from people every time I go to the game. They ask
Right.
me the second day for the pictures, but like I just don't have it.
Hmm.
It's really hard because on top of school and everything else, it's
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
blame
really
you.
yeah.
Yeah, no, stuff like that can be difficult doing extra um, stuff. And something else that you're doing is you're making the Mr. Thayer video this year. Again, you made it last year.
Yep.
Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer photography or cinematography?
Um, I feel like what I feel right now is like photography is definitely more challenging in terms of like storytelling because
Mm-hmm.
all you got is one medium, like one photo. You have to
Mm-hmm.
tell the whole story, or maybe not. Like you could do a portfolio, but with that you could have more freedom, like 8 or 7 pictures.
Right.
But like I think filmmaking or the production, like the actual filmmaking production, definitely gives you more freedom,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very hard to coordinate everyone. So I guess give and take.
Okay. And do you ever find yourself in a roadblock in photography or cinematography where it's just like you can't really get out?
As like creative mental
Yeah.
block, like yeah, all the time. Like it's real. I feel like people don't realize how important the ideas or concept behind the work, how important those are. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important. Like it's hard to be creative and just have your own style.
Right.
Of course, starting out, I'll admit this, I started out like when I was taking photography, I look up on Instagram all the famous photographers, and I just sort of like, I copied their style,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and then I copied whatever was trending back then. So, but now looking back at them, they were all like past time. Like it's so. Sorry, what was your question again?
My question was, I'm not entirely sure, but
All right, all right.
well,
Good conversation
good,
though.
yeah, good conversation. Um, but yeah, so did you make the last hurrah video last year as well?
I did. It was actually a cool story, or a funny story.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So like I wasn't really supposed to make it. So every year it's usually the senior class officers. They were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to make it, but someone from the senior class, last year's senior class, volunteered. So he or she is not a class officer. He or she volunteered to make the video because he or she felt bad
Uh huh.
for the class officer because it's so much work. And but the person just didn't end up deliver the video with like a week left, so they were
Huh.
panicking, and then my
Yeah.
name was brought up, and then I just thought it was a nice thing to do for them, especially since it's a tradition,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just I came in clutch.
Yeah. And so how long did that take you? Because you only had a week. So did it take you a couple days? Like, did it come back? Did it come down to that night, like the final night, or?
Yeah, it came down to like the hour, 3 hours before the
Oh
last
my
hurrah
God, really?
ceremony. I had to pull a couple all-nighters. But like good thing was, so I obviously wasn't able to catch up in all my schoolwork and everything. But the good thing was that Mr. Goldstein, the class dean for last year's senior class, he was really nice and kind. That he sent out an email to all my teachers to be like, "Oh, Brian's doing this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cut him some slack on like homeworks. He'll catch
Yeah.
up." So that was really nice.
Yeah, it's a great job that he did that
Yeah.
because you did a really good thing for the Thayer community. So, good job.
Thanks.
And you're doing it again this year.
Yeah,
All right,
I
awesome.
am.
So I actually never saw the one last year, but I'm sure it was great because I've seen your other stuff too.
Thanks.
Um, yeah. So something else I just want to ask you is this is very um, this may seem like a dumb question, but
Yeah. No, go ahead.
so basically for all the listeners out there, what that are interested in photography, what are the best like amateur camera settings for nighttime and daytime, just like versus each other?
Uh the camera setting.
Camera settings like f-stop, like aperture, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think it really depends. Obviously, at night you're gonna want more light.
Hmm.
It's really hard to say because like every location is different. Depends on the light and depends what you have. If you have a tripod, obviously you can set your shutter speed longer. So like,
Right, because there's
you,
not as much movement.
yeah.
From my limited knowledge of
Yeah,
photography.
no, no. If you're taking pictures, like if you have a tripod, like use the and especially at night, use the tripod because so you don't have to bump up your ISO all the way to like all the way up, which
Hmm.
like just like gives a lot of noise and make your picture look like bad, and that's not what you want.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it really depends on the situation, but definitely just figure out the relationship between f-stop, ISO, and shutter speed. I
All right,
think
awesome.
that's the three major components of like or parameters of photography.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I think we're going to switch gears right now, and we're going to go to the Q and A.
All right.
So Q and A, we just sent a little Instagram response thing, and
Ooh.
people sent in their questions. So from Eben Butler, we have, how would you rank your own butt 1 to 10, and why? Brian, how would you rank your own butt from 1 to 10?
Ah, definitely a solid 9.
Solid 9.
Yeah.
That no elaboration. It's just a
No,
9.
no. Just
I would say
how about you, Chuck?
me. Well, I would say mine's like an 8. Used to be a 10. Um, easily. It's just I stopped hitting the gym.
Oh, I see. I see.
So yeah,
Makes
it's just
sense. Yeah.
sagging off a little bit. Not literally, metaphorically. That'd be kind of nasty. Um, but all right. So now we have one from memes with that many e's. Sicko mode
Sicko mode.
or Mobamba?
Ah, Mobama.
Mobamba, really?
Yeah.
I personally would like sicko mode more, just because this is kind of like a unpopular opinion, but I do not like Travis Scott in sicko mode. I just like the Drake part.
I see. I see.
So I'm personally a sicko mode guy.
I actually, I mean, I'm sure I heard of Sicko Mode, but like I can't think of any lyrics right now. Like,
No.
but Mo Bamba, I know it's very catchy and
Mhm.
like good party song.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
good vibe.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah.
is. Honestly, it is. Um, from Christian Collins, we have, will you ever do a video podcast? Maybe, if I can figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. I'll like maybe we can collab and
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll shoot the video, put it on YouTube, and then
Yeah, like a special.
yeah, like maybe like the special edition, like maybe the 10th or 100th of
Yeah.
Charlie's podcast.
That'd be awesome.
Charlie Hewitt Experience. My
Yes.
bad.
No, that's
Che.
alright.
Che.
Che.
Right? Did I get it
Hashtag
right?
Che.
Did I get it right?
You did.
All right, nice.
Which one should I do? Oh, so this is from Justin O'Leary. He says, you trying to throw. Justin, tomorrow, you'll be hearing this Wednesday. So Thursday at 3:30, meet me in the parking lot. We will throw down.
Oh, so can I bring this up? Okay. No. Okay. All right. I won't bring it up.
No. This is a PG podcast, and all of our listeners are listening to PG content. Also, this is a question for me. Are you going to continue hashtag Che at UPenn? That would be hella dope. I'll try. I'm not sure if I'll have the time for it, but I definitely will meet a lot of interesting people, and I think it'd be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. For
Um,
sure.
It'd be kind of a cool thing to do for everybody listening to, so that they can hear me. But one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is so that one day, people can like look back and see their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And also so I can look back and see all the friends that I've made in high school. And
Yeah. Just having real conversation with your friends, that's like really cool, I think.
yeah, it is. And looking back on it. Yeah.
I feel that, yeah.
So back to the questions. When did you come to the United States?
So yeah, as I mentioned before, so I was born and raised in like China until the age of 12, and then my family just moved here. Like, so I started middle school at Thurston Middle School at Westwood, and then I came to Thayer, and then yeah.
All right, awesome. And why did you choose Thayer? Was Thayer your only option? Did it come down to like public schools or?
Honestly, Westwood had a really great public school education system. It was ranked like top 3 in the country or something, and but like obviously my parents wanted me to go to a private school setting just because it was. I mean, I think it definitely turned out well for me. And
Yeah.
I don't think I definitely took advantage of what they had to offer, photography wise with Miss Pardo and like computer science wise with
Yep.
Mr. Stroni. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think
And are you a fan of Braintree?
Braintree. It's a good time. Like I don't know. I don't really have any other interactions other than like going to grab food and come to school. Other than that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, from my experience, it's a great time.
All right, cool. Um, And what is your favorite moment at there?
My favorite moment.
Your favorite moment, the moment that had you jumping in the air for joy.
I don't know. That's a tough one. What would you say that? What's your favorite moment
My
there?
favorite moment?
Yeah.
Um, well, my favorite moment, my philosophy on things is that the best memories are the ones that you don't remember.
Oh, okay.
So
There you go.
my favorite moment was probably the hypnotist show because I do not
Oh.
remember a second of that, but I've seen the
Oh.
videos and I was having a great time.
Yeah, I heard it was great. I
Uh,
didn't go. I didn't go. I really wanted to go,
yeah,
but I just couldn't pull through.
yeah. Um, well, yeah. So basically, I like went up there, did some crazy stuff, and it looked like I was having fun from the videos.
Really?
So
Well, that's good.
I guess. All right. So have you thought about your favorite moment? Do you know?
I can't say I have a favorite moment, but it's hard. It's really hard for me to choose a favorite moment, but
It's okay. We can go to the
all
next
right,
question.
come back to me on that one.
Yeah, yeah, we will.
I can think something else.
Kind of talking about like this there aspect. At Borndale, do you think it was harder or easier for you, considering that you were an international student, like mingling with all the ninth graders? For the listeners out there, Borndale was or is its ninth grade orientation at a sleepaway camp that all the ninth graders go to.
I mean, I think because I had the experience at Westwood Middle School, so I already had my like assimilation phase. So I
Mhm.
was like, I'll say I was more cultured than I was when I first came, and then so I was like, I think my friends back in Westwood were really nice, and I was like they helped me with a lot of stuff, obviously language and everything, but like so it wasn't really that hard. It
Okay,
wasn't really that hard of a transition,
that's good.
like culture wise, but it was definitely hard because like I didn't know anyone from there like when I came so that was kind of tough. It's
Yeah,
always tough to be in those situations.
yeah. Neither did I. And me personally, the first time I went to Borndale, it was not fun. I was like
Really.
that awkward kid who just sat in the corner.
Oh no, that's all. I feel like that's all like freshmen. Like it
Yeah,
happens to all of us. Yeah.
that yeah. So it was okay. Um, so after Borndale, you came through high school, and did you feel that you connected more with international students or students from the U.S.
International students meaning
From China?
uh uh I think right now or like in the past few years.
In the past, right now, whatever you want to talk about.
There were definitely a time where I felt like I needed to dive in order to dive into one culture. I have to like suppress the other. So it's
Hmm.
like I felt to me that I had to make a binary decision. But looking back, it was like silly because like that's not true.
Yeah.
Because like in life it's not everything is binary. Like a lot of things like obviously I would like to get a binary answer when I ask some girl out on a date, but like it's
Right.
a yes or no question, but like right.
Yeah. No.
but
No,
but
you're right.
like
You're
but
right.
like it's like they're both my identities,
Hmm.
and so like a visual representation or visual symbolism I came out to represent this whole thing is like the intersection of a Venn diagram.
Hmm.
So where I feel comfortable like talking to both group and
Right.
without losing
Which is
myself.
good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, good for you because I feel like sometimes it is difficult and it's kind of scary getting lost in that mindset.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, uh, our last question on this kind of topic about you coming from China.
Mhm.
Uh, do your parents live in China or do they live in the United
So my
States?
mom say, or my mom and my brother. I have a younger brother
Yep.
who's hopefully coming to Thayer next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
As a
he's
ninth grader?
no as a middle schooler. I think
Oh,
fifth
cool.
grade. Yeah, I'm
That's pretty
8 years
awesome.
older. Yeah. Um. So like my mom and my brother stays here the whole time with me, and like we go back during the summer. But my
Hmm.
dad, since he works in China, and then so he travels back and forth. So he's like 50-50, like 50-50, like
Okay.
split on the time spent in the U.S. versus
Yeah.
in China.
And do you like? All right. First off, what are the international call rates like? Like, is it like when you try to call your dad back in China? Like, does it cost a lot of money, or is it just like you use Wi-Fi to FaceTime or something?
We use Wi-Fi.
Okay,
I
that's
wouldn't
good.
know, but I'm sure it'll be expensive. I have a funny story. So obviously, like I think this is 2 summers ago. So obviously, I had my U.S. phone with me, so it was AT&T. So I wasn't supposed to use my data there at all because it's super expensive.
Yeah.
But I forgot to turn my cellular off, and then like I didn't realize it for a day, and then like it just like $200 gone.
200
Yeah.
for a day.
Well,
What
I
would
don't
they
think
be?
I even use it that much. Like I probably use it for two like I don't know, just for text message or whatever, and then it's like $200.
Absurd.
Yeah, it's a lot. So for the folks out there, if you're traveling abroad, make sure that you turn your cellular off
Yeah.
unless you bought. Like, I don't know. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Please do 200. Whoa. Okay.
yeah.
Um. All right. So something that we're gonna start doing on the Charlie Hood Experience is we're gonna start having segments,
Ooh.
and so basically we're gonna cut out to Pablo's Hispanic slang, our first segment on the Charlie Hood
Ooh.
Experience. So here's Pablo.
Let's hear it.
Thank you, Charlie. Our Spanish slang word of the day is saramambiche, and that in Spanish means saramambiche. Back to you.
Thanks, Pablo. Um, yeah, no, Brian has a face of shock right now because we recorded that separately. So Pablo's actually here with us, and Brian's waiting for Pablo to speak. But no, so yeah, what's the Hispanic slang again? I know. Okay, whatever. Well, no, because I want Brian to know what
No,
it
no, no,
is.
it's fine.
All right, all right, all right. Um, all right. So something else that you're kind of known around there for is your fashion. You're kind of like a
Oh.
you do wear a lot of fashionable clothing. And can you talk about the antisocial social club stuff that you wear and what it means to you?
I like stopped wearing all the like Supreme or Antisocial or Social or Palace. I mean, I obviously still own them, but
Hmm.
like I just don't wear them now. I think it was really a thing last year where I really got into it, but now looking back at it, it was like, well, yeah, it's really expensive. But then
Yeah.
I think what stuck with me, why I really liked it back then was like the culture. I wasn't just like the clothes; it was the culture that behind it like meant so much for me. Like maybe not Supreme because Supreme was like sort of like catching on the wave. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
but like I really like Palace and Antisocial Social Club because it was like it's still like Palace is like a respectable, more than respectable like streetwear name. Un- Unlike it's probably less popular than like Supreme, but like, I feel like because of that I like it more because it's more exclusive.
Mm.
And for Antisocial Social Club, it's just the name really caught on with me, like Antisocial Social Club.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
it's like
catchy.
I really like the concept because I don't really I don't really consider myself like social or any like extremely social or whatever.
Hmm.
But like I like the concept that much, so I bought a lot of those. And plus, it wasn't that expensive because I don't buy retail or anything. I just buy whenever they came out online, so it's
Hmm.
not actually that expensive.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah.
That's pretty cool. And so you kind of already explained this, but what's your favorite clothing store to go to?
I don't really have one, but I really like black and white clothes right now. Just like the color black and white. I'm wearing all black today.
Yeah.
Black shoe, black pants, black sweatshirt. I think it's like you can never go wrong. Black hat, right?
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with like the classic black and white. But you can't wear them every day. So
Right.
yeah,
All right, that's fair.
yeah. Sorry that wasn't really an answer, but
No,
yeah.
no, 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 it's fine. So also, you have a video coming out. I believe it's on Thursday.
Yeah, so it's actually gonna be out on the 28th, hopefully. 28th, yeah.
Yes, the 28th.
Uh,
So Thursday. So can you just without kind of like spoiling it because we're kind of like promoting it, can you just tell us what it's about?
oh yeah, totally. It's fine. So the 28th is my 19th birthday actually. So
Oh,
it was
oh,
like,
happy early birthday.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm old. I'm very old. Yeah. So like the video, it's about like me quitting social media and sort of explain why. So it's not really like a film, but like it's about my thoughts and my reflection to myself, and I think I want to share it with my friends and just family, mentors, and all my decisions and why I did it, and then sort of share some of my thoughts and what I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like that's definitely a good thing because I feel like social media overtakes a lot of overtakes a lot of what we do in our lives. So good for you for quitting most of it.
Yeah,
It's not
I
easy.
left like Snapchat like 2 months ago already,
Okay.
so I don't have it anymore. But I'm still on Instagram because I want to put it out on Instagram, and
Hmm.
then after that, I mean, I probably will eventually come back to it, like maybe like in a year or something. But
Yeah.
I I feel like Instagram can be unhealthy sometimes because like it's like what's the quote? Like your happiness is like expectation minus reality or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you keep seeing other people's Instagram account, you're just gonna feel worse about yourself
Yeah.
because like people don't show failures on the internet. So like
Yeah.
all you see is their best or maybe not the most genuine aspects of their
Yeah.
life, and so it's not true. So you can't like always compare yourself to your worst moment to their best moments. So that to me was like part of why I want to leave. And another thing was like I need time to like focus on myself and just sort of
Yeah.
like bettering myself because like I like as I grew older or like especially in the last year I see how incompetent I am at like at like a lot of stuff like including photography and like a lot of other stuff. I want to be better at those stuff, and then I think that time can really allow me to grow as a person,
Hmm.
not only and like my crafts.
Well, good for you. That I think yeah, it takes a lot to definitely like get out of the societal norms of
Yeah,
being attached to every form of social media imaginable. I mean, me personally, I have Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook, but I pretty much never use Twitter and Facebook. I only use those for
yeah,
Twitter to follow hilarious Twitter pages that I never even look at. So, and
yeah.
Facebook just for groups.
Yeah, people our age don't use like Facebook. I mean, they still have I have Facebook, but I never go on them. Like never.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, on the Charlie Hewitt Experience, we always have a game
All right.
sponsored by Fun and Games and Conspiracies too.
Ooh. Shout out fun games and
Shout out to Fun and Games. So in this game, we're gonna have a head-to-head matchup:
all right.
China versus the United States.
Ooh, that's tough.
So, basketball. Which one wins? Team China, Team USA?
I mean, obviously with the NBA, obviously Team USA, but
Yeah.
I gotta say Team China just gotta represent home country.
All right, fair. Um, this one may be up for interpretation.
Yeah.
China versus United States carbon emissions.
Oh, definitely China. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's getting better though. Like it was like definitely a lot. The air pollution was real, but like it's definitely getting a lot better. Like
Okay.
I mean, it's like I mean, I think U.S. had the same struggle like when during the industrialization age, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So like it's what you go through is what it is, but like it's just how we. I mean, like as individuals, you gotta be more aware of like being sustainable like every day, and I think that's important.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I see a lot of people driving their cars just throwing out plastic bags and stuff like
Yeah, that's
that, which and it
terrible.
really makes me angry.
Yeah.
Um, because there's no need for that. You could,
Yeah, just pick it up, and then
yeah,
I always see like empty water bottles on like when I go to when I go out with my friends, and like I just like I just pick it up and then see if there's a nearby
mhm.
like trash can.
I'm just curious. Have you ever taken AP Environmental Science?
I did well last year with Mr. Schneider. Great class.
And do you think that has affected your outlook on the environment?
Oh yeah, definitely. I learned a lot of facts that I wouldn't have otherwise. I mean, a lot of it was common sense, but
Hmm.
like I think I was just we watch a lot of documentaries, and it's just like a very different perspective, and into your everyday life, and things you don't even realize.
Right.
So yeah, great class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Coming back to the game, China versus the United States. Trains.
Trains?
Trains. Just trains in general.
Never taken a train to the States, I think.
No.
Wait, no. I have taken a train in the States from Boston to New York or something.
Well, the reason why I ask is because you always see on the news in China
Yeah.
they have like a supersonic like
Yeah,
trains that go,
super-
like bullet trains. That
Super convenient because like it's always on time, and then it's fast, convenient. But like still though, I feel like airplane's the way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Cool.
Also cheaper than airplane, but so I think
Okay.
that's why people choose like the train versus plane in China.
Yeah, because kind of the train system in the U.S. is kind of like
Yeah,
it's like okay.
but like
Not
when
really
you go
great.
on a train trip, you're not looking for the airline experience. You want
Right.
to you want to slow and just kind of enjoy your time on the train.
Right, but I mean like if you're in China, you go 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Which is,
So
like,
it's more
absurd.
definitely more convenient, but you also don't get to enjoy the view as much as you.
Like yeah, I
But
guess, yeah, I see
you can
that.
still do it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. China versus the United States. Walls or the lack of one.
Ooh.
Great Wall versus Trump's wall.
Ooh, we're getting political on a chair.
No, well. I mean, it's not really political. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like which wall's better, which wall's worse,
There isn't a wall in the States right now, so like,
or
So-
the lack of a wall.
yeah. I mean, wait. So is your question the lack of a wall better than the wall?
No. I'm just saying. Say for example, Trump's wall goes up.
Yeah.
Which one do you think will be like more visually, aesthetically pleasing?
Definitely the Great Wall.
Yeah.
So many history and yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna give you a question that I know
All right.
the United States cannot lose. Average height.
Average
China
hat.
versus the United States.
Wow. I don't know. I've seen a lot of short dudes here in the States.
I guess. Okay, but
No. But like, if
what's
you
the
look.
answer?
But if you look up the stats, I'm sure you can find it out there. It's probably the U.S. probably have higher heights.
From your own experience,
From my own experience,
China versus United
I've
States.
seen tall dudes
You've
like
gotta
all
give me
my
an answer.
life. I don't know. Like I'm sure, like if you look up the stats, the average height in the States definitely taller than like the average height back in China.
Okay.
Cause like there's always like there's another aspects of it. It's like I don't know actually. Yeah.
All right. Execs, do we have a ruling? So China, the average height is 5'6", and the United States is. What's the United States? The United States average height is 5'10" for
Yeah.
males.
There you go.
So, U.S. 1, China with Brian's record is I think it's 1-5 right now, but we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that.
I'm biased.
One last one. Video games / internet in the United States versus in China. Your own personal experience.
I don't. You see, I don't play any video games. I used to play Pokemon. And
I used to play Pokemon too. I love
that was clutch. That was the best time. That was like maybe the best game ever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, not Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon. Like the you used
on the
to
Game
play
Boy or DS or something.
DS on DS.
Yeah.
That was the time, dude. Like I
completely
was
agree.
I stay up all night and just try to get just crush the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a great game.
I haven't played many video games in my life, so I can't.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that's reasonable because me personally, I waste hours on Fortnite and it is terrible. I could be doing something else, but
Yeah, my brother plays a lot of Fortnite. He's like 5th grade or something, and yeah.
All right. Well, Brian, thanks for coming on the show.
Well,
You've probably been great being an expert with photography. You've been our first expert on Che that can actually help us dive deeper into the topic at hand.
yeah. Thanks for having me on this.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on Saturday.